Hey you guys, happy Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. If you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments with hashtag replay and let me know if you love Facebook Live. So the question that I got today has everything to do with Facebook Lives, which you guys know by now I am obsessed with. It has been my goal since the start of 2019 to do a Facebook Live every single weekday. Sometimes I do a bonus on a Saturday or a Sunday, but I just absolutely love doing Facebook Lives, and I'm so happy that this was the question of the day. So I got this question from the last Facebook, actually it wasn't the last Facebook Live, it was one of like the previous 5 Facebook live streams that I'd done. And it's a mompreneur that wants to know if Facebook Lives are actually worth the time, because she seems to be like, every time she sees one on, she doesn't watch it, but she scrolls by and is like, I know they're good for engagement, or that's what I've heard, is what she says. So are Facebook Lives actually worth the time? So if you guys are hopping on now, say hey, and if you have any questions regarding Facebook Live, let me know in the comments, because you guys know that I love answering your guys' questions, whether you're watching the replay or if you're watching live. So if you're hopping on now, say hey, and yeah, just let me know any Facebook Live questions. So like I said, I'm a big fan of Facebook Lives. So one thing that struck me about, so I kind of answered this question on her question on my Facebook live stream, but if none of you guys saw it, I'm going to talk about everything today. So I found it kind of funny. So I literally copied and pasted the whole question into the question of the day today in this Facebook live stream, because I wanted you guys to take note of a couple things that I've noticed when she was asking this question. So the first part of the question was, I know Facebook Lives are good for engagement. Facebook Lives are the best for engagement, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because they allow for real-time comments and likes and shares. So the reason why that is different from an actual post is that it keeps, because you are live in the moment and you encourage people to like, comment, or share, it boosts the post in the algorithm, because you're going to get more interaction from a Facebook Live than you would a regular post. Facebook also favors Facebook Lives in the algorithm. So if they see that somebody is live, they're going to favor that post over just like a stagnant, like, hey guys, how's your day doing post, okay? So when you encourage engagement, so here's an example. If you guys are loving this video, let me know in the comments. If you guys are mad about what I'm saying, like, drop a mean face emoji. These are just some sorts of types of engagement you can use. You're encouraging your viewers to ask questions, to drop a GIF, drop an emoji, say hey. If you're watching the replay, ask me where you're chiming in from. You're encouraging people to comment to boost the engagement in the algorithm, okay? So when you boost engagement, that means your post is being seen by more people. So she is wondering so she said, are Facebook Lives good for engagement? They're the best for engagement, okay? That's why I try to go on Facebook Lives every single day. So not only that, she says she knows that they're good for engagement, but she finds herself busy and she doesn't really watch Facebook Lives, okay? So, but then she said that she was binge watching on my Facebook Live. So she wants to know if Facebook Lives are actually worth pursuing, because she doesn't know, because if she scrolls by it, like, is everyone else going to scroll by? So I kind of love, I just thought of this off the top of my head, but I'm going to relate this to like Instagram, okay? You can see people's posts, but that doesn't mean that you're going to like every Instagram post, okay? You can see you can go on YouTube and like watch a whole video, and that doesn't mean you're going to like it. That doesn't mean you're going to subscribe. That doesn't mean you're going to comment. I like calling these people like the lurkers, okay? So when you're in Facebook groups, this is why I highly encourage you guys in your social media marketing strategy to comment on other people's posts over posting about yourself. Because when you give value and you help other people, somebody is going to be looking at it even though they didn't ask the question. So she was watching the replay on a video that I did, I think it was like last week. And she's new to the group, right? So because she is new to the group, and I had the mindset where it was like nobody watches Facebook Lives immediately, like maybe nobody's going to comment, maybe nobody's going to like, maybe nobody's going to share, so I'm not going to show up. If that was my mindset, she never would have said, or she would have never have asked me that question. She never would have watched that video. She never would have gotten value for that video. And she never would have gotten better in her business because of the value that I had for my expertise. Okay. If this is making sense, let me know in the comments. Stephanie, I'm still on live. Woo woo. So not the replay yet, but you just caught me on. So if you guys are hopping on now, say hey and let me know if this is making sense for you guys in the comments. We're talking all things Facebook Live. If you have any questions regarding Facebook Live, I want you to let me know in the comments. I love, love, love answering questions live. So going back to her question, she wants to know if Facebook Lives are worth it because she finds herself busy and like scrolls by, etc., etc. And at the end of the day, we cannot assume that all of our followers or the people that are following us are going to be online at the exact same moment that we press live or we press submit on an Instagram post or we press submit on a Facebook post, on Pinterest, on YouTube. It doesn't matter what platform you're on, okay? What matters is that we publish content consistently. Because when the person comes and finds us from any outside source, whether that be from publishing an online article, a podcast that we did, some place that we spoke, like a conference that we spoke at, they're going to be seeking more information from us. So we can't assume that everyone can be on at the same time that I press live, okay? I always assume that people aren't going to be on because I love expecting the worst. So I'm like, okay, if no one's on, I need to know how to talk by myself. I need to know how to like have this whole conversation go on by myself, which it's a rant. So I kind of just like hope for the best. And yeah, so going back to her question, where she's a busy mompreneur, she doesn't have time to stop and watch Facebook Lives, but she's binge watching all of my Facebook Lives when she has the chance. So she kind of answered her own question, okay? I do the same thing. I see a lot of people on live streams and I'm like, oh, I love that person. I love that person. They provide a lot of value, XYZ, but I could simply be working on a project, okay? But that does not mean that I'm never not going to go back and watch again, okay? So, Facebook Lives are amazing because they not only boost your posts in the algorithm because they encourage real-time engagement, but they help you in other areas and aspects of your life. I can't even tell you the amount of confidence that Facebook Lives have given me just from being sure that I know what I'm talking about, asking you guys for questions because I want to be ready for anything. That's how I am. I almost like want to be scared by a question and like I have no idea what you guys are going to ask me. I don't get to think about it. I don't get to, like when you guys ask me a question, that proves to you guys that you guys know that I'm an expert in what I'm talking about because I answer like that. Okay. I don't have time to be like, oh, I see the message. I see this. Let me go think about it. Or let me go like regurgitate information off of Google and like tell you the answer, which is what a lot of people do. That's why a lot of people don't do Facebook Lives because they don't know what they're talking about. Okay. That's why Facebook Lives are also super, super important is because they increase your trust with the people that are watching you on Facebook Live. Okay. Because it's literally a live stream. This is where I'm at. This is what I look like, not cute, okay? But this is exactly what I'm doing in this moment. So, Facebook Lives, another thing Facebook Lives do is that they really increase my confidence at speaking engagements. Because when you're on stage and your mind goes blank and you need to just start talking about all these things that you rehearse by yourself and like maybe it's nerves, maybe it could be any sort of like internal or external force. They allow you to be like, I've done this so many times before. I speak in front of people every single day. I allow myself to get outside of my comfort zone to help people that are waiting for me to show up. I am here to help serve other people. That is why I do a Facebook Live. And when you can remind yourself of that, like that gives you an insane source of like self-empowerment. You're like, holy shit, I can actually do this. Like, let's go. And that happened to me when I was in Vegas. There was this moment when I don't like rehearsing PowerPoint slides at all because that's why I love going on car rants because it's kind of like, I know what I know and I'm going to teach people what I know. That's my intention. Okay. But there was this moment in time when I was in Vegas and I was it was throughout my speech and I just like blanked. It was like it was probably like 10 seconds, but it felt like an hour where I was just like, oh my gosh, like I don't even know what to say. It was like the question where it was like, what is an influencer? It was like the really beginning of the influencer marketing slides. And I don't know why, I just blanked. Like it was like nerves or like, I don't even know. It was like an outside force. But I had this like recalling, like I had this mindset where I was like, okay, Kylie, relax. Like you are here to help people succeed. That is why they're listening to you. All you have to do is take a deep breath. You got this. Let's go. You go on a Facebook Live every single day and you do the same exact thing. So that's the only thing you need to do right here on this stage. I literally said that to myself. I know that sounds corny, but that's like actually what I did. And I was like, okay, let's go. And the rest of the presentation went smooth sailing, had questions at the end, and it all went amazing. So Facebook Lives, like I feel like because it is one of those things where it's like you show up as yourself, there's no hiding behind a screen either. So this goes back to the know, like, and trust of just building your brand, building that trust with your audience. Because when I show up as myself, not needing to dress up, this is what I wore to breakfast, like this is where I'm at, you are showing people a version of yourself that 99.9% of the internet is too scared to do. A lot of the internet is hiding behind screens. It's the fake it till you make it. It's the picture perfect, champagne sunrise. It's like the Oprah Winfrey script. And a lot of it is staged. So when you come on a Facebook Live and your only mission is to help one person out by answering your question. But when you do that, guess who else watches? All of the other people that have the same question. Okay? That's why it's so super important to know that you only need to help one person out by answering one question, because there's a highly likely chance that if you know your niche and all these people are cultivating around your niche and they become your tribe and they are wondering the same exact thing. Okay, we got a lot of questions, so I'm going to go back and answer them. And if you guys are watching, say hey. I love chatting with you guys. I went on a major rant there, so I like okay. So Kimberly said same, and I wish that the Apple app called Clips that allows for live captioning would become available for Android. I actually had no idea about that app, but that's another thing too with Facebook Lives. And I'm so glad you brought that up, Kimberly. Is when you guys do a Facebook Live, go back and add closed captioning to your videos. Because I think the original post, the person that asked this question, they said that a lot of the times they turn on Facebook Lives, but they don't have a lot of time to watch them. Okay? But this is the amazing thing about video, is that it has an audio aspect. And I know Adolfo said this because he said this before in a comment where he was like, I'm driving, or I'm helping my cousins, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I can't watch you, but I can still listen to you. Okay? And that's why Facebook Lives are also amazing, because not only can you repurpose this video onto YouTube at any later date that you want, but you can also strip the audio from a video and put it onto a podcast. Okay? But don't also always think that just because somebody has a video on that they need to watch the video and the audio. A lot of people, they don't have the audio on and they want to read it. Okay? That's why a lot of Facebook ads, they recommend that you have closed captioning, because when a lot of people are scrolling on their phones, they actually don't have the audio on. So you need to have the closed captioning, but you also don't underestimate the amount of people that actually don't watch the video and they just listen. Okay? So there's like did I say three ways? So there's like video and audio. There's video with closed captioning, and then there's the audio version. So you're actually attacking 3 different types of learners while you are on Facebook Live, which is amazing. Kimberly said, or that Facebook would make a live captioning a thing. I know. I'm not going to underestimate Facebook. I honestly think that that's actually going to be a thing in the future. But until then, we just have to show up live. And then after we're done live, there's actually, if you go into the settings, you can type in, or there's like a checkbox, and I think it's closed captioning. It's like CC. And And that's what subtitles are. So you just check the box and then you press save. And when you go back, some of the words will be fumbled, but don't worry about it, okay? And that's another thing too. It's like, it's not about being perfect. It's just about showing up and like bringing the value to people that are waiting for you to show up and then publishing it out there. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there was any other things that I wanted to say about Facebook Lives. So yeah. So anyways, back to the original post question. The mompreneur was watching the video on a replay. Okay, that's why I copied and pasted the whole question. But then she says she doesn't have time to watch live streams when people are actually on live, which is okay. Okay. But then she wants to know if Facebook Lives are actually worth it, even though she knows that they increase engagement in Facebook. But she's worried that people aren't going to watch her live. So like, what's the point of doing live streams at all? Okay. And the point that at the end of the day, our mission is to provide value in our expertise for people that are waiting for our help. Okay. They are they are our ideal clients because they're waiting for us to deliver the message. They relate to us. Okay. That's the whole point. It's know, like, and trust. They relate to us so they can only understand the message from us. So if we create all of these limiting beliefs and fears, like, instilled in our minds where it's like, oh, I'm not going to do a Facebook Live because maybe nobody might show up. I'm not going to do a Facebook Live because maybe only 5 people will watch it. Maybe nobody will watch the replay. Maybe this topic is stupid, etc., etc. These are all limiting beliefs, okay? If we allow those limiting beliefs to hold ourselves back, that's the me method, okay? That's like me, okay? I look stupid. I'm not dressed up. My voice sounds weird. I have a pimple on my face. Like, what if nobody watches the replay, etc., etc., okay? So if we always allow our limiting beliefs to hold us back, we cannot serve the people that are waiting for us to show up, okay? So back to the original post question, when she was like, she was watching the replay, and not only that, she was binge watching my videos, right? But she didn't catch me live because she's new to the group. So what does that show you? The answer is right there. Is that just because expect the worst and hope for the best. I always expect that nobody's going to watch my Facebook Lives when I'm on live streams, because then I can like train myself to do a live stream without needing people to comment, needing people to ask questions, even though I highly encourage that. That's just what you have to do, right? And then when you get new people into your group or wherever you're cultivating your tribe, they will go back and binge watch, okay? This is common too. I've had people reach out to me when I used to go live on my Facebook business page a lot, that they were binge watching all of my videos, okay? And they weren't ever on a live stream. And also something to take note is that if you have one viewer on your videos, you are impacting one person. So your mission for today is accomplished, okay? We need to get rid of these vanity metrics where we feel like a failure if 500,000 people don't watch our video, okay? That's like the Kim Kardashian mentality. We're not Kim Kardashian. So if one person finds value, if one person says thank you, if one person, if their life is changed because you showed up, that means you are on the right track. And that means you need to keep going. It means you need to stay consistent, okay? So, hey, Daxie, how are you? If you guys are hopping on, say hey. I love when you guys chat with me and ask me any questions you have about Facebook Live. Adolpha says, vulnerability is strengths. It's fear that holds you back. Fear is an MF and just as bad as excuses. Kick both to the curb. Yes, love that. Thanks for writing that, Adolfo. So, yeah. Facebook Lives are amazing. And also remember, they're like Facebook Lives, when you do them, it's not just about doing the Facebook Live and having people on live and then it's donezoos, okay? People can watch the replay. You can repurpose content. We talked about this earlier, okay? Video and audio, you can do no audio with the subtitles and the closed captioning. So you go back and you edit the settings and you click the box where it says closed captioning. So it comes up on the bottom and Facebook knows how to do all that stuff. And some of the words are fumbled, but it's fine. Especially mine because I talk really fast. So there's the video and audio, there is no audio and the video, and then there's audio. So people can watch Facebook Lives without looking at you on the video because maybe they're multitasking. I do that all the time. Like if I'm working, if I'm editing anything like pictures, or if I don't know, like I could literally be riding a bike and I can still listen to the audio of a live stream because I just put the phone in my pocket, right? But you can still show up regardless if people are watching your live streams or not. The live aspect of a video just shows people that you know what you're talking about and they can relate to you because you're being 1,000% exactly as you are. You're being 1,000% authentic, okay? Like, this is me, this is where I'm at, this is what I look like. That's it, right? So it builds the know, like, and trust. That's why that's the difference between live video and like regular video. Because I get that a lot where people are like, can I pre-record my live streams? And you can, that's like a YouTube video. But just know that the more you stage, it's like, you don't have to do all that. And I love live streams because I've said this 1,000 times already in this video, but it really solidifies that I know what I'm talking about because I encourage you guys to ask questions and I answer the questions immediately. And if I don't know the answer, I'm not afraid to say that I don't know that, or I'll look at the answer and I'll check it up later. Okay. So Facebook Lives are amazing for engagement because they encourage real-time comments. Facebook loves Facebook Lives, okay? They encourage you to do them. And not only that, they just build so much confidence in yourself, right? When you have the ability to press submit on a Facebook Live and you show up and your only mission is to help one person, you answer one question. That was this question of the day. I tell you guys that all the time. All of my Facebook Lives, they start out with a question. I'm trying to help one person one day. But guess what ends up happening? I get a lot of people watching the video. I get a lot of people that have the same question. A lot of people being like, I'm so happy you're talking about this subject. Because another thing to take note of is that just because people are watching and they're not commenting doesn't mean that they don't like the video, okay? Commenting takes, like, sometimes people aren't vulnerable enough to ask a question or leave a comment yet, simply because they don't really know you. Maybe this is their first day in the group. Maybe they don't know what to say. Maybe they think their question is stupid, right? So it's so super important to continue showing up because when you do that, you're allowing the people to build that trust with you. And that makes them want to comment, okay? Let me know if this is making sense in the comments. But Facebook Lives are just absolutely amazing. And I kind of told you guys this earlier in the live stream that, like, they've really helped me become more myself outside of being on video. So for example, when I was in Vegas and I had a Q&A session after my influencer marketing presentation, and there was a moment in time where I was like talking about like the first slide where it was like what an influencer is. It was like the dumbest slide ever. Like everyone knows what an influencer is. And for some reason, like it was like nerves or like I just like blacked out. It was like one of those moments where you're like, where am I? And I was like, I literally said to myself, I was like, Kylie, you do this every single day. You show up on live streams every single day. You help people out every single day. You answer their questions right when they ask them. Like, this is the same thing. It's just now you're standing in front of people. So get your crap together and just do it. That's literally what I said to myself. And then after that, it was just amazing. So it instills confidence in yourself. And it's one of those things where I always say, I said this before in another live stream, confidence is a muscle. You can't just like wake up one day and say, I'm going to be confident today. That's not how it works. You have to do things that you fear and then you build that confidence and you have to do it repetitively. It's not like a once and done thing. It's not like you do one live stream and you're like the best live streamer in the world, right? You have to continuously do them in order to get better. So I always say to you guys, go back to my Facebook business page and watch my first live stream. It was like a live stream series. It was when I thought I had to like have all of my ducks in a row in order to look perfect and whatever. And I mean, it turned out fine, but it was just like, it was more like internal mindset where I was like, I don't know. It's just completely different than how I am now. And the only reason why I got here, how I got to my like, I don't even know how many I've done so far, but how I got to, let's just say like 300. If I got to my 300th live stream because I like pushed past the fear of doing my first one. Okay. You can't get here if you don't start here. I guess it's the other way around if you guys are watching. I don't know. Hey Todd, how are you? Todd goes, or they're not commenting because they just woke up like me. That was me too. It's like, I don't even know what time it is right now. It's like 9 a.m. And I was like, I usually go on a little bit later, like 10, 11. And I was like, I don't even know if people are up yet, because I was literally yawning right before I pressed submit, even though I just ate breakfast. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. Like, this is my free time throughout the day. So whatever. I'm just like, if people care about the subject, if they want to know the answer, they will watch the replay. And if they don't, that's okay too. Okay. Not every person has the same problem. That's another thing to know. Okay. That doesn't mean that what you're saying is wrong. We need to stop taking what we know personally. Okay. So just because, I want you guys to listen to this, just because somebody doesn't listen to all of your live streams doesn't mean that what you're saying is wrong. Okay. It just means they don't need help with that subject, which is fine. Okay. All right. So I'm like extremely rambling on this live stream. So I kind of already wrapped it up, but I'll wrap it up again. So if you guys have any last minute questions on Facebook Lives, whether it's how to do your first one, what topics to cover, how, anything. It could literally be anything Facebook Live. Let me know if you're watching now or the replay in the comments so I can answer them. I always go back and answer all the questions. So if I'm going to wrap this up, I guess like one of the main things you guys need to know is that not everyone is going to drop everything that they are doing just because you go on a Facebook Live. Okay. And even if you have no viewers, if you have no likes, no comments, that has happened to me before, and it will happen to you. Okay. It's not an if, it's a when. It's like they will, like, there will be a time, like, even you can have like all the followers in the world too, and like people won't show up, and it has nothing to do with you. It's just like when you went on, or like how long you were on, or whatever. But don't let all of these limiting fears and beliefs that you have about Facebook Lives, where it was like, are people gonna watch it? Like, I don't watch it, so somebody else won't. Or like, you know, like my hair looks weird. I don't like my outfit. Like I have a pimple on my face. Like, are people gonna say something? They're not going to. Okay. Like I literally look like this and no one said one word yet. So, yeah, just show up. That's all that you have to do. And the thing about Facebook Live is different than a Facebook post is that there's no editing. You show up exactly how you are. You prove your expertise. You help people out by answering their questions. And that is it. That's the only thing that you have to do. They aren't scary. What is scary is the limiting beliefs that we have about not doing them. That is scary because that is what's actually holding you back. So Adolfo says, Bruce Lee said something about fighting is like dancing and great fighters can dance to broken music. Like your lives, which are not rehearsed and responses on the fly. It's a dead give when people don't answer or not answer, but give value back. Thanks for the lives you put out. Oh, you're so welcome. I love that comment. Thank you, Adolfo. That means a lot to me. So, yeah, that's really all that I have to say for today. I'm like so parched right now. I like have my iced coffee in hand. I'm gonna like chug the rest of this. But I hope you guys love this Facebook Live, literally a Facebook Live stream about Facebook Lives. I hope you guys love this. Watching now, watching the replay, let me know if you love this in the comments. If you guys have any questions regarding Facebook Lives, also let me know. Or if you have any questions about anything related to social media, growing your personal brand online, growing your business using social media marketing, let me know in the comments because your next question could quite literally be the topic for the next live stream. So I hope you guys have an amazing day and I will see you tomorrow on the next live stream. Bye guys.